What's up, everybody? Here today we have something extremely cool. It's the Egon Spangler and the Boogeyman Collector's Pack from Mondo Toys, the second in the series of the Real Ghostbusters that they've been putting out. These things are extremely cool. They come with the Ghostbuster, who's 6 inches tall, the main ghost, who's 8 inches tall. So we're going to open up the Egon Spangler and the Boogeyman, and we're going to take a look at it. And the first thing you'll notice is the box that it comes in, which is amazing. Looks exactly like the Ghostbusters firehouse from the cartoon show. When you open the doors of the firehouse, you can see everything right away. You got Egon and Boogeyman buried in there. A little bit hard to see through all the plastic and everything, but we're going to open this thing up and take a look at everything inside. So the first thing I will say about this is that it came very well packaged. And then this thing here is multiple layers of plastic, and each of the pieces is individually bagged. So this thing could have literally fell off the back of a truck and it still would have been in good shape getting here. This also came with it right here. It looks like it's a few ghost cutouts. There's little stands in there, I guess meant to make some sort of a display. Opening this thing up, here's the highlight, I think, of all of it is Egon himself. This was the collector's edition. As I said, it did come with the Boogeyman. You could order the set where you got Egon alone and the smaller ghost, but here you go. Here's the Egon figure. I mean, if you're familiar with the cartoon show, you know that this thing is exactly cartoon accurate to the color of the uniform. A lot of the little hooks and details that are on the Ghostbusters belt, the symbol on the arm, the boots, everything is just so accurate. Even if you get a close-up on his face with the glasses, which are a separate piece from his face itself, his hairstyle, the little ponytail in the back. This is exactly the way he looked in the cartoon. And as I said earlier, the articulation is crazy. I mean, you have the elbow articulation, the wrist, the head, the legs in multiple different spots, the ankles, the feet, everything bends and twists and turns on this, so that way you can display it in any position you want. One of the coolest accessories that come with this thing is the ghost trap. Here's the little trap insert, slides inside of it, clicks into place, and the trap hose itself is some sort of a small wire. It is bendable and it will stay in the position, so you could wrap it up and you can put it on the Ghostbuster and hook it on their belt just like they do in the show. Take a look at some of the accessories with Egon. All the Ghostbusters came with a different head that had a different facial expression on it. This one here is obviously a more scared and astonished look. The little ghost bomb, if you're familiar with the episode, this is one of the items that they had used to defeat the Boogeyman. And it looks like it has a little explosive device, I guess something that you would use to trigger the bomb itself. You have a different set of hands for Egon, obviously, where he would be wearing gloves. You have the little cartoon accurate PKE meter, which this is extremely cool. It pops up and the ears pop out just like they did in the cartoon show. This thing is extremely cool and very highly detailed, has all the buttons in the right places. Everything is color accurate. Probably the coolest of all the accessories is the proton pack. The cartoon accurate proton pack looks a lot different from the movie one. That one is black, has 4 lights on the cyclotron. This only has 3, but the neutrino one detaches. I mean, the detail on it again is just absolutely incredible. Just like the figures and everything else. Has a flexible hose. Again, you could just hook this thing, plop it back on its holster. Yeah, the details on the pack is absolutely incredible. You have the belt, the adjustable belt, so you can hook it on the back of the Ghostbuster character, and it stays on with a nice snug fit so it doesn't fall off or doesn't flop around. So here's Egon all decked out in the Ghostbusters equipment. You can see the fingers are very flexible on the hand, flexible enough to where they can hold any of the accessories. Here I have him holding the PKE meter, but he can also hold the neutrino wand very easily. And on this side here, you got the ghost trap that hooks right on the pack itself. You can coil that flexible hose up and it hooks right on the pack itself. But yeah, look at this. This is just incredible. The detail on this is just amazing. They did an absolutely incredible job with it. The small little bonus ghost that came with the figure is this little blue guy right here, which is seen in the intro of the Real Ghostbusters cartoon show during the opening theme song. And if you were to just buy the Egon Spangler figurine alone, this would be the ghost that you would get with it, because like I said, each Ghostbuster does come with a ghost, whether you get the deluxe set or not. And one of the cool little things that they do, if you're trying to set up some sort of a display, they do send you a ghost that looks like it's getting sucked down into the ecto trap, which is why this little piece comes out of the trap. That way you can display the trap by itself. You slide this in it, and it looks like the ghost is getting pulled down inside the trap. And last but not least, we have the Boogeyman. This thing is absolutely incredible. It's a lot heavier than I thought that it would be. The head and the hair, I mean, that is solid plastic. And the articulation, again, you have the head movement, the legs, the torso, the arms. But if you're a fan of the franchise and the show, the Boogeyman is by far the most memorable and iconic villain from the entire series. I mean, look at him. He's got his little goat legs. He's got the tail of his coat like he wears. I mean, this thing looks exactly like it did in the cartoon show. I mean, the nose is just massive, the jaw, the teeth, and all that. If you remember, the Boogeyman would jump between closet to closet. He would use them as portals between his realm and the real world, and haunted Egon as a child. And if you remember in the episode, Egon did specifically say the Boogeyman himself is what got Egon into ghost hunting in the first place, to try to capture him. But in the episode, they did use these ghost bombs, and they rigged up the proton packs to destroy the doorway between the ghost realm and the real world, and trapping the Boogeyman inside of it. But the Boogeyman did eventually come back in the later seasons. But yeah, the mouth even has articulation. His jaw opens and closes. I mean, this is just absolutely incredible, unbelievable. And because the Boogeyman is so top heavy, because he has an oversized head and all that hair, it does come with a clear plastic stand and a piece that goes onto the back that clamps onto the Boogeyman himself. And that way you could position him and set him up for your display. And lastly, the Boogeyman comes with a secondary head, as all the ghosts and the characters do. This is just absolutely incredible. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is just over the top. Look at it right here. You got the tongue hanging out. You got like drool and saliva coming from it. His nose is even longer than it is in his regular figure. His eyes are going crazy. Yeah, the hair is just going nuts. Obviously, this is supposed to represent, I'm assuming, when the Boogeyman pops out of somebody's closet to scare the daylights out of them. It just has this crazy facial expression, and the head is interchangeable, so you could just pop this on if you wanted to change things up in your display. So overall, you might be shocked to find out that I am a humongous fan of all these, and I think that this is well worth the $200 that I had spent on the deluxe edition. The Egon figurine and the small ghost alone was about $100, but this Boogeyman, this is just another level right here. I have the Peter Venkman and the Sam Hain, and the Sam Hain is also extremely, extremely cool. Probably my favorite ghost in the whole series, but this Boogeyman right here is just something. This is far greater than I expected, and especially to have this secondary head on it. It's incredible. So this is Egon, the little blue ghost, and the Boogeyman himself with all the accessories. I know $200 is kind of a steep price, and it may not be for everybody, but I'm going to tell you right now, you are 100% getting your money's worth, and you are getting top quality material and cartoon accurate, extremely, extremely accurate detail. And again, on video, it's probably not doing it justice until you see these things in person. Like I said, the Boogeyman was a lot heavier than I was expecting him to be. But that's it, everybody. That's the Egon Spangler Boogeyman Collector's Edition from Mondo. For me, it gets an A+++, 100%. They knocked this one out of the park. Hit a grand slam. If you're collecting these things, this is a must buy, and if you're on the fence, I just want you to know, despite the $200 price tag, it is well worth the money, and you're absolutely getting 100% value from this, and it is extremely, extremely cool. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.